Good evening and welcome back to the channel. So just a little thought that I had earlier. Now, when you do your API, which is your advanced passenger information, some of you may not realise, but you may do, but I'm going to just do it anyway as a reminder. I'm just going to say it as a reminder. When you do your API, which is to put your passenger information in other words, your passport details, so it usually says given names, which is your first name and middle name, if you have a middle name. If you don't, then you just put your name, first name, and then your surname. Then you put your date of birth. Then you put, obviously, where you had your passport from. So you put, obviously, United Kingdom. Same with nationality. You put, obviously, document type would be passport. You put the expiry date of your passport, and then, obviously, you would put the passenger passport number. Now, for a cruise, you obviously can upload all your passenger information for all those travelling in your party on a cruise on the cruise control hub where it says passport information, like I showed you in the video earlier, where you've got the health questionnaire, your cruise planner, and then the N1, it says passport information, and then underneath it says luggage tags. So you put your passport information in the passport information section and make sure it's correct, because I just discovered something on mine. Apparently my expiry date that I put in on there was not correct. It was actually 2 days out. So I'd put on the passport information on the hub the 23rd as the expiry date, but I looked on my passport and the expiry date is actually the 25th. Of whichever month it expires. I know when it expires, but I'm obviously not going to share that information on here. But the number of the date was the 23rd that I put on the hub, but on the passport it shows the 25th. So please make sure that you double check, because once you've checked in online, you cannot change the information that's on there. And once you've submitted it and you've checked in, that's it, you can't change it. So what you wouldn't want to do is get to the airport to check in for your flight and they turn around and say, oh, your expiry date shows the 25th on here. And I'll be like, yeah, well, on the information we've got, it's the 23rd. We won't be able to let you travel. That could happen. I'm not saying it will, but it could happen. And it does say to double check, make sure it's correct, because you can't change it once you've checked in, right? So when you do your API on the cruise control, you then have to go on to flightextras.tui or flightextras.tui.uk, whatever it is. Either way, I'm going to put the links in the description of this video. So when you go onto your flight extras to do your check-in and your seat select, there's a section halfway down that says add travel documents. And again, you have to put all the passport information in there as well. And again, make sure the dates are correct, of expiry dates, birth dates, full names, middle names, whatever names are on your passport as your given names, you put all of it in. So if your name was, for example, Fred Bloggs, you would just put Fred Bloggs. Fred is in the given name, Bloggs is the surname. But if Fred Bloggs has got a middle name, in other words, if Fred Bloggs' name was Fred Joseph Bloggs, you would put Fred Joseph Bloggs, right? It has to match your passport. That's what it says on the information. So you have to put your passport information on the cruise control hub and the flight extras. Some people might not think to do that. They think, oh, well, we've submitted our information on the cruise control. We don't need to do it on this one. We just need to go on there, check in, get the boarding passes, and that's it. But again, you could get to the airport and find yourself having a rude awakening if you've not put your passenger information on the flight extras as well. So make sure you do it on both. If you're going on a land holiday with TUI or Jet2, then obviously you just upload the passport information on the flight extras if you're going with TUI, and you just do the passenger information with Jet2. But if you're going on a cruise, you put your passport information on the cruise control hub and the flight extras, and make sure that they match the passport with the names, dates, etc., passport numbers, everything. Make sure they all match. And obviously anything that is incorrect, you have until you can check in to change it, because after that you won't be allowed And then if you get to the terminal at the airport and there's an incorrect number on it, or figure, or name, you're going to find yourself not being able to travel, which will be causing a lot of inconvenience and a lot of unnecessary expenditure. So definitely make sure that everything is accurate. So I just wanted to share this video for those of you out there that are perhaps due to do cruises soon with Marella, or to go with Jet2 on holidays, to make sure that you've put all your information in correctly. So I thought I'd share this video because obviously I've had to correct my date of expiry on the Flight Extras page, not the other one. It was correct on one but not correct on the other. I had to just correct it, because otherwise I would have gone and checked in a few weeks' time for the cruise and discovered at the airport, oh, actually they've just told me that my passport expiry date doesn't match what I've submitted. So I don't want to go into that trap. So I'm going to double make sure before I check in that everything is exactly as it says on my passport on the photo page. And obviously if you've had a new passport, make sure it's signed, and also put emergency contacts in the back as well. Whether it's your auntie and uncle, or a friend, or a neighbour, or even your parents, put your emergency contacts on the back page where it says emergency contacts. So fill all that in, obviously sign it in a black ballpoint pen as well. But apart from that, everything should be good to go. So I thought I'd share this video. So it's at ColeSmith25 to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.